All right, guys, we're back. We're back in the corner in here. More boxes have been filled and more things have been piled. We're actually getting a lot of the Pokemon and stuff moved down here now. We're also adding more boxes. Big surprise. I actually ran out of these dumb little things. They're actually super thin, which is why they're so handy. But as a temporary substitute, I cut a bunch of cardboard. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. So, a question that I get asked, and I have been asked, what do I do with leftovers, right? So, for example, like this, the Magic Online set, I have some from the vaults left over. I have stuff that gets left over from purchases. Most of the time, what I do with that stuff is I'll slowly drip it out over time. I'll slowly sell it, and that's kind of like the obvious answer. What I don't talk about is every once in a while, there will be trades that I will do. And I will take something that, for example, I have little to no cost basis in. I don't care about it anymore. It doesn't move very quickly. I sit on it forever. And actually, not even joking, when I bought this collection, I think it was like 17, I think is what I paid for it. It was like a 16, 16.5, I don't know. It was a number that there was like, there's no way they didn't take this, but the guy had to have cash. I'm like, okay, sure, here you go. And he said yes. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So they took it. I'll do great on that. I made great money. I made most of my money back immediately, but I was left over with like 30 or 40 binders of the singles. A lot of the big expensive singles I parted out personally, like Modern Horizons 1, Modern Horizons 2, Lord of the Rings, that kind of stuff. I parted all that out myself. But I did get left with a whole bunch of these moles. So I trade them away to kind of convert stuff that I don't care about. I'll do this with like Fab Graded sometimes. I'll have like a big collection of Flesh and Blood stuff that I'll get. Sorry, my arm hurts like crazy from my neck. Cat, you're so needy. I'll be back. I'm going to go lay down again. Just go away. Shoot. You little turd muffin. Bruh, he just knocked my camera around. Like, why are you going to do that, bro? It was all centered and pretty. Now everything's all jacked up. Dude, you're such a terrorist. God. He just wants to be held. Look at this. He's the cuteness of terror. He's a little terrorist. There we go. And one of the things that I'll do is I'll trade things into stuff that I do care about with stuff that I don't care about. And I don't mind taking an L on stuff like that on quote-unquote market value to get something that I do want. Because again, it's all kind of leftovers for me, and I'm just like, I have no attachment to it. So as long as I get something I want out of it, I'm okay with that. But what I wanted to talk about in particular with this, the Magic Online moles, they don't sell for crap. You can kind of move some of them on eBay. They drip out slowly. There's other sellers on there, though, so you're always competing against other people. There's also Card Kingdom, who basically has like an infinite supply of these things. I don't know who buys them from Card Kingdom, but Card Kingdom seems to go through them at a fairly consistent rate. So what I have been doing is taking these Magic Online moles and selling them to Card Kingdom for Card Kingdom credit at that reduced rate, right? So like I might get $200 for that mole market, but I might go get $160 in store credit from Card Kingdom, and then I will take that and convert that into items like Baldur's Gate collector boxes, or Phyrexia Old Beyond collector boxes, Capenna collector boxes, and Draft and Set, etc. These are all things that I go ahead and effectively have now a zero cost basis in that I can then start prepping for my next mass openings. So some of the stuff that I have been prepping for mass openings, and I've kind of alluded to it a little bit in some of my videos. I'm not going to say the set that I've been prepping for in particular, because again, these are ones that I'm not going to be doing for a very long time, probably until set EV happens or certain things get in place, or I just get enough of them, right? Card Kingdom obviously doesn't have 200 Baldur's Gate collector boxes just sitting on their storefront. They list them up 6 at a time, and I have to slow drip them out and pick them up here and there, here and there. I have to ship off a whole bunch of moles to them, get the credit, get it verified, blah, blah, blah. That rinse and repeat back and forth happens, and then eventually I'll get everything there, but it's going to take a while. But Baldur's Gate is one of them I'm doing it for. Streets of New Capenna is another one I'm doing it for. And, oh, now you don't want attention? This cat is unbelievable. And another one I'm doing it for is Phyrexia All-Be One. I do not expect to have enough boxes to do these mass openings anytime soon. Sorry, I got to stretch a little bit here. But you know, these are sets that I'm looking at and picking up fairly steadily, right? Um, and the other set that I'm going to do a mass opening with is I'm getting close to how much product I need, but I'm actually going to do a mix on it. I'm going to do collector boxes and draft for it. The primary bulk of the work is going to be in the actual draft, but there's going to be a fair amount of money in EV that will come out of collector boxes. So I'm going to do a full breakdown video on that, like how I calculate the EV in particular. I'm kind of expecting to lose money on the collector boxes for the set, and I'll make money on the draft. So overall, I'll probably be like up 10-20% on the set versus the 50 to 100% I was on MH1. On this set, I'll do pretty good still, but I just won't do as good because I'm kind of doing a mixed opening. So that'll be kind of fun. We're gonna do that though. But before I do it, I'll show all the product. I'm gonna do a breakdown of EV on it. It'll be interesting. It'll be kind of fun. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about though. Like, so these dead products that I get a hold of, I trade them off to Card Kingdom. I trade them off to other sellers. I trade them off to random people that I meet at events and stuff like that. Every once in a while, I have stuff with me, and someone's like, "Oh, dude, that's so cool! I totally want one of those." But then they're like, "Oh, I don't want to pay like $900 for that thing that never moves." But then I'm like, "Okay, why don't we do like $800 in trade, and then everyone's happy, and then I get some stuff that I can sell that is market, and you get a little bit better price. That way, you win, I win, everyone wins." I've done that before. I did it with an event recently. I did it with I sold some. What the heck did I even sell? I sold. Oh, that's what it was. I traded some boxes of Mist Veil for some graded stuff that they had that literally didn't move. Like, it never sold. Like, it was just, I was the only one that was when they were talking to them about it. I took the graded, and then I took one of the graded pieces that was honestly, like, I kind of low-key wish I'd kept it. It was an EA twinning blade. It was a 9.5. It was probably one of the nicest 9.5 twinning blades I've ever seen. Like, honestly, it was really nice. It's probably nicer than the copy I have at BGS. But and I traded that into like the Twinning Blades market value at a graded premium. So I bought it from them for like effectively raw, and I traded sealed product at quite market. Like, I'm at the cost of product at distro almost, a little bit lower. And so I took a sealed product that I traded into graded at effectively like plus 25 or 30% in my favor. And then I took that graded asset, found someone totally unintentionally. Like, it was pure happenstance, right? Like, they actually wanted it. It was on their wish list. And I was like, dang, I thought I was going to be sitting on this mofo for like 3 months. They just happened to want that particular card. And I was like, perfect. And then we traded it into market value for the graded card, and they had a bunch of promos and other crap that like they effectively had pennies on the dollar in. And I traded all that stuff off and sold a bunch of it and kept a little bit. And now all of a sudden I recouped like, I think I priced it at like $1,300 in trade, which, like, for an EA twinning, because they don't grade for crap because it's crew, honestly, super good. Like, if I like took a cash offer for it, it probably would have been like 1,000 to 1,200 ish cash depending on the day. So like, really taking a couple $100 in trade, like a 10-20% premium on trade for a graded slab, is awesome. But like, in that scenario, their cost basis on everything they traded me was probably like $300 or $400 at best. And then everything that I traded to get into it was, again, also like $400 or $500 at best. So like, it's just all this little juggling and magical stuff that happens. But yeah, I'm actually going to be shipping off a whole pile of these to Card Kingdom soon. So if you happen to want these, let me know. I have like 50 of them left, I think. Yeah, why not? Reach out to me. I'll sell them to you. Card Kingdom credit. Just like, because I'm just converting them to market value, so whatever. But yeah, it's just that's the kind of the stuff you want to look for, right? Like, when I buy collections, I accept that a certain chunk of it is always going to be left over, and it's kind of just like taking that chunk of the collection, figuring out like ahead of time, okay, I'm going to have 10 to 20% of it left over. Okay, that's probably going to be stuff that I'm going to have as dead inventory, or just inventory that literally doesn't move. I got 2 sets of commander decks with those moles, and I'm not even exaggerating. I picked that stuff up, oh God, September, I think, last year. And I literally looked at the guy and I'm like, look, I don't want these commander decks. I don't really want any of these MTG sets either, but like I'll give you a dumb number that if they want to take it, I'll take all the sets for this. And then there was like some confusion with some of the sets, and I was like, okay, you know what? Here, I'll take like these 2 sets of commander decks. Like it's about $1,000 because you're short about $800-900. I'm gonna sit on these things for the better part of a year, if not longer. And you know what? I sure as shat sat on them for almost a year. I still have a couple of those damn decks left. And I'm probably going to have a couple more of those decks left here in a couple months. Because they just don't move. Like, one sells every 2 to 3 months. Like, okay. And then someone's always sniping you. And I'm not going to sit there with an inventory of thousands and thousands of cards and items and sealed stuff and flesh and blood singles. I'm not going to sit there every day and just go penny snipe people on every single item. Like, I literally don't have time. And I'm also not going to sit there with a bot and then run a bot through and have a bot chase everything down to the bottom, because then I'm just going to hit like pennies on a bunch of these singles, which is really bad because I have so much bulk listed, so I can't use a bot either. So I'm just like, well, that's kind of sucks. So whatever, just going to be sitting on it forever. Worst case scenario, I will wait until it sells because I'm patient. That's just how this works. And that's honestly how you get ahead in this game. And guys, also never be afraid to like advertise. A friend of mine reached out today and she's like, hey, what's your YouTube channel? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Magic to Millions, blah, blah, blah. And she just gave it to some guys that she worked with. And I'm like, that's so freaking awesome. Like, I have like friends doing like guerrilla marketing for me now. And I'm like, yeah, we're going places. We're like steadily going places. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video, guys. My arm hurts like crazy, so I'm going to go back and put some more ice on it probably and chill. But thanks for the fun, guys. Thanks for the support. Love you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will have some more content soon. I have some spicy openings on Wednesday this week and next week. It's the Throne of Eldraine Collector Mass opening that I did. It was 20 boxes, 20 collector boxes. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was a good time. So, later, guys. Bye.